The Earth, though not excessively large, is still vast and home to many remote and isolated places. For instance, there's an isolated island where 258 people living, surrounded by thousands of miles of ocean. It's just 258 people alone in the middle of the ocean. In one of the northernmost points of Alaska called Barrow, there are 4,200 people living. Barrow is genuinely remote. Although it's on land, the only way to get there is by airplane since there are no roads or railways leading to it. Even stranger than Barrow is the town of Itakortormiut in Greenland, a peculiar place with only 452 inhabitants. These 452 people eat nothing but shrimp and whale, because in that harsh climate, no other animals survive except polar bears. You might wonder why they don't import meat. It's simply because they don't want to. They've eaten so much shrimp and whale that they've gotten used to it. But today, we want to explore one of the most famous remote places, Siberia. As you know, Siberia is enormous. During the Soviet era, Siberia was used for exile. Anyone they wanted to punish was sent there. Siberia isn't small by any means. It covers an area of 13 million square kilometers, which is 77% of Russia's land area. Despite Siberia occupying 77% of Russia's territory, only 27% of Russia's population is living there. Meaning that in this vast Siberia, only 36 million people are living. These 36 million people are somewhat dissatisfied with their lives there, despite the presence of amenities in some parts of Siberia. The harsh weather prevents significant development and prosperity. Let's delve deeper into Siberia and see what's happening there. Oymyakon is a town in eastern Siberia with a population of 500 people. These 500 people live in a place that holds the title of the coldest town in the world. In winter, there are only 3 hours of daylight, but during its brief summer, there are 21 hours of daylight and just 3 hours of darkness. The coldest recorded temperature in this town is nearly -70 degrees Celsius, but typically it's around -50 degrees on ordinary days. The warmest day ever recorded was 15 degrees above zero, though it's unclear what happened for it to get that warm. If you want to travel from Oymyakon to the nearest city, you have to drive 1,000 kilometers to reach Yakutsk. All journalists and visitors who have been to Yakutsk have returned feeling depressed, because, despite its nearly 300,000 residents, the streets are very empty, and no one comes out of their homes, making it seem like a ghost town. The temperature in Yakutsk consistently drops below -50 degrees Celsius in winter, with the lowest recorded temperature being -71 degrees Celsius. However, the residents have adapted to this cold and found solutions for everything. It's so cold that if you leave your car for a few hours, you have to say goodbye to it because it will freeze and won't start again. Antifreeze is just a joke here. To prevent this, people keep their cars running constantly, so they don't become single-use vehicles. There are also some warm garages, but not everyone can afford them. In Yakutsk, there isn't much in terms of entertainment. The only pastime is consuming vodka, which keeps them warm and makes it easier to cope with the harsh conditions. Technology and communications are almost non-existent. Many of the smart devices we use daily don't work in this climate, and if they do, something like a mobile phone's battery drains in the blink of an eye. Internet connectivity is either unavailable or extremely weak, rendering it almost useless. You might wonder what these people eat. In Yakutsk, the snow melts only for about a week each year, revealing the ground beneath, so agriculture is out of the question. Besides vodka, they consume fish and reindeer meat. There are lakes under the ice around the city where they drill holes to fish. And reindeer, commonly hunted in Siberia, provide meat for the city. Those who have visited report that the locals only eat this meat in soups and have no other cooking methods. Fashion doesn't exist in Yakutsk. Almost everyone dresses the same way, focusing solely on staying warm. The extreme cold has significantly influenced their culture and traditions, making them different from other Russians. Most people in Yakutsk suffer from depression. Nobody is in a good mood, and some visitors claim that the residents are so depressed that they don't want new clothes and wear the same garments for years. Yakutsk has a very small, almost abandoned airport with flights only during the summer. And the last flight takes off in early winter, leaving the airport closed for 6 months. Siberia is generally flat with no significant mountain ranges. If you want to drive there, you can, but you mustn't turn off your car, otherwise you'll have to say goodbye to it. One positive aspect of this city is that you don't need to buy a refrigerator or freezer. Storing your food in the kitchen cabinet will freeze it. Yakutsk, despite its severe cold and isolation, is home to a community of people who have adapted to their harsh environment in unique and resourceful ways. If you have the conditions, are you ready to go and live in this city? Leave us a comment, and if you like the video, like and subscribe for more videos.